Hey guys, it's Savannah and I'm back with another Dollar Tree Christmas DIY video. If you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join our Savvy family. So if you've been following me for a while, you know sometimes I get lucky and I'm able to post twice a week, and I'm aiming for Wednesday this week, and I'm going to announce our 1,000 subscriber winner in that video, so be on the lookout for that. Also, if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up because it helps YouTube to notice me a little bit more. Let's jump in. So for this DIY, you're gonna need one of these wood pallets, 2 of the red and white candy canes, and I spray painted them with a black, and I was trying to squeeze it and I snapped it. So be careful. I tried to hot glue it, super glue it, nothing worked, so I ended up painting another one. I used the Rust-Oleum Ultra Matte spray paint. And then I'm taking my antique wax and by Waverly, and I'm just kind of staining this wood, giving it like a sled look, if you will. And then you needed 4 of these little square blocks from the Dollar Tree, and you're gonna glue them together and paint them black so that they match our sled, I don't know, the things that glide through the snow. Y'all know what I mean. And then you're just gluing them like so. Super simple. I mean, you guys can watch and see what I'm doing. So then I got this ornament from Dollar Tree. I bought it for the Christmas tree and like the swag because it's super cheap. Like the back is cardboard. And at first I was just going to take the Christmas tree off, but I thought the ornament looked good on top of the sled like so. I think it really looked cute, and I loved the gingham buffalo check. No, that's not buffalo check. Plaid, you guys. Okay, let me get my pattern straight. And anyways, I'm just giving a little haircut because you could see where the fabric was kind of running off the sides just to make it look a little more high end. And I glue that on the sled and I put the Christmas tree back in the middle. Once I have that glued on, I'm taking these little bitty pine cones from the Dollar Tree and I'm just putting them in the middle of the swag to make it look a little more fuller and more high end. If you guys can find these pine cones, definitely snag them. They're not in the Christmas aisle. They're back in the floral section. Sometimes I think Dollar Tree does have Christmas pine cones. I'm not sure. This is my first year really getting into DIYs on YouTube, so I'm not sure if they do come out with Christmas ones. Then I'm just taking this beaded wire garland, I guess, and I got this back at Easter time. I know Dollar Tree does come out with some every season, but I haven't seen them yet. Next, I'm taking these wood beads, and we're gonna make a hanger. You guys are gonna see throughout this video, I cannot speak, and I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm just putting them on, and then I tie a knot at the top and the bottom so that they don't move, and I'm hot gluing that to the back of our sled. And then I just reinforce it with a popsicle stick because I don't want these to fall off. Super simple, super cute, and I love how this turned out. So this next DIY is my absolute favorite. You're gonna need one of these ornaments from the Dollar Tree and just go ahead and start stripping her down. If you can save anything, save it. If you can't, oh well, it was only $1. But keep the tin part of this ornament and put that to the side. That was super easy to get off. You can see down there where I tried to Mod Podge my scrapbook paper on, but I'll explain what happened in a second. Next, you're gonna need one of these joy ornaments, and it's super cute as is, but I just felt like the buffalo check didn't really go with what I had going on right there. So I just rip off that. I tried to save it, but there was it just wasn't saving. The swag was super simple. I was able to just flip it over towards the back, so I didn't have to take that off and re-glue it, so that was awesome. I took the pine cones off because they look really cheap. I mean, it is cheap, it's $1, but they're plastic, so I didn't really like that. I cut those off and I just flip my swag over to the back, and I give this one good coat of black acrylic paint by Apple Barrel, and this turns out super, super cute. Okay, so here I am minding my own business, trying to sand everything down, and what do you know? Mod Podge fails me again. I get so frustrated, I start banging this ornament You guys, I take Mod Podge and threw it across the room. We're done with her. So I just cut another thing out and hot glued it to the ornament. And then I took that 10 piece and I hot glued that back to the top. So I don't know. I tried to give him one more chance and he just was not, no, done. So then I'm taking this Joy and I'm just distressing it. And then I went in with some white Waverly chalk paint and distressed the sides as well. And then I took some more of those pine, that's not what I'm doing yet. Chill, girl, slow down. Going in with my white Waverly chalk paint first. Gosh, didn't you guys know? And I just distressed it. I glued it to the middle. And then now I'm going in with some more cuter pine cones. They look more realistic and I'm gluing those in the middle of the swag. And then we're making the same hanger as we did with our sled, except this time you have to put your jute through that hole first and then tie a knot towards the back and make sure your knot falls at the back because we didn't hot glue this one on. And then you're just going to take your beads, string them on the top, tie a knot at the top so they cannot come off, but make sure you have enough jute so that you can hang it on your Christmas tree as well. Super simple. It's just a way to spruce something up. I love these Farmhouse beads. You guys can soak them in coffee, tea, paint them, whatever you want to do. They're just super cute and they're definitely worth the money. Oh, this is my favorite one, you guys. I love this ornament. Let me know what you guys think down below. I don't know. I love it. So next you're going to need one of these little block signs. If you have some from fall, that's cool. I got these at Christmas time. Give it one good coat of white Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did this at first, didn't like my writing, tried something else, didn't like that, and then I went back to my original first plan. So this one took me a while. I don't know why I was so hard on myself. I just didn't like the way the writing looks. Not sure I still like the way the writing looks, so you guys have to let me know, but it turned out cute. Oh, I don't know. Let me know. And then I grabbed this craft ornament back at Michael's, I want to say a couple weeks ago. It was only $2 and it's wood. It's really nice. So I felt like it was definitely worth the $2. I might have even had a coupon. I'm not sure. And it looked cute white, but I decided to spruce it up. But we need to make it to stand. So I take some more of those Crafter Square cubes and I glue 2 on the back on the tires. And the way I did that is I flipped it over, glued it, and then flipped it back over and put it on there. And then I just reinforced it with a popsicle stick so those didn't come off. So this is where I decided to spruce it up. I'm taking some of those Dollar Tree buttons. I get 2 that look almost alike, and then they're black almost, and then I have 2 silver ones in the middle to give it a little bit of a rim. And then I thought, okay, I need a little bit, nope, not yet. Okay, so we're taking those little tree trunks, and I had 4, and I'm putting that on the bottom of this sign to give it a base. Make sure you find 4 that will sit flat. You don't want to glue them on and your sign's wonky. So I tried to find 4, tried to find 4 that were kind of identical in height and flat on the top and the bottom. And next I took a raffia bow. This is what I was talking about a minute ago. And I just took some, cut it. I like scrunching my raffia up. I like splitting it down the middle to make it look fuller, just to make it look messy and cute. And I glue that to the top of the tree. And then I take a black button and I glue that in the middle of that. I'm so sorry this is a little bit out of frame. I mean, you can see what I'm doing, but I do try out different angles in this video. So I want you guys to let me know what angle you guys like best, what's easier for you to follow along with. So let me know. I really appreciate all your guys' feedback. It really does help me to grow and be a better, I guess, video creator, whatever. You get it. Anyways, so once this dries, I'm going in with my black paint chalk pen and I'm trying to write almost as if they're Ray done. So I'm doing the long, skinny kind of letters, and I don't know how I feel about them. I kind of don't like how I wrote. Maybe it's just because it's my handwriting. I'm like, ew. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it looks cute? Should I have done something different? But it does turn out cute despite my handwriting. So I want to know which one is your guys' favorite. Once that's done, I take my truck and I just glue that on the top in the middle. Super simple. Again, sorry, this is a tad bit out of frame, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. And that's it, you guys. How cute is this? I gave it a little bit of distressing and I put little black dots in between the letters so you could see what they said. So this DIY is going to be super fast and super simple because there's really not much to it. So I have one of these boards. I bought this a while back because I bought it to do a welcome sign. And I thought, how cool would it be to make it reversible? One side says Christmas and one side is welcome. Now, you guys can use whatever wood you want. If you have flooring, I have a lot of scrap flooring, but I don't have a cover over my porch, so I wasn't sure how that would act out on my front porch in the weather. Or you could take two of those signs from Dollar Tree, the thin ones, and do those together, and you could use that. These are folk art stencils. I don't have a Cricut, and I feel like, you know, the craftiness of me using a Cricut, if I did, would take away from this whole DIY. So I am just going through and I'm just stenciling all the letters in with pencil first. I bought these from Walmart. I believe they were like $4. They weren't that expensive. And if you don't have a Cricut, I really think you should invest in some good stencils. Then I went in and filled all that in with some black acrylic paint by Apple Barrel, and I'm just taking my black paint pen and going on the edges just to make it a little bit more sharper. You can see I have a little helper right here. He drove me insane. He's throwing a fit right now. Then he picks the chocolate up, eats it, and lays on my board, and I'm like, boy, if you get chocolate on this board. Anyways, so yeah, super simple. Next, I traced out the word Mary, and I did that in cursive. And I went in and then back with my black marker, and I just filled that in, made it thicker as I went. Look at him. He's so funny. He's like watching me to see what I'm doing. Oh gosh. Anyways, I promise my kids have clothes, you guys. They just get so dirty or they won't wear them. So I'm like, nope, you're going to wait till we leave the house because I hate laundry. Anywho, anyone else relate? So there's really, I can't stop laughing. Anyways, so then I did the same at the bottom. I messed up down here because I didn't write it out in pencil first. I guess I got paint happy. But I have two pots on my front porch, so if I don't end up liking this, I can totally hide this behind there. But I just did the Nicholases at the bottom. And I did the eye, a little tree, and then I took my brown furniture scratch marker from Dollar Tree and I made the trunk. And then I just start, once that is dry, make sure it's dry. Sorry, I'm forgetting what I did. Okay, so I'm taking this crimson red, I believe, by Apple Barrel, and I'm using the end of my paintbrush because I feel like that gives you the most precise dots, and I'm just going around Mary. No rhyme or reason. And then I'm taking this twine, and I don't hot glue this. I just tie it to the back because, like I said, this is reversible. I want it to be reversible, and we'll do the welcome sign in another DIY. But I'm just taking that, and I'm wrapping it, and then I tie it to the back where I left an extra string. And here I am distressing it, just trying to make those words look not as sharp, like they're old and rusted. And I love how this sign turned out, despite the fact that I didn't like the bottom, like my handwriting at the bottom. Like, again, I don't know, you guys. Maybe it's just my handwriting. I just don't like it. I'm just a critic. I don't know. Let me know. So once I was done distressing, I added a little bit of jute with that red twine up at the top, and I felt like it brought this sign together.
Ooh, that's pretty, Mommy.
I had to include that last clip. How sweet is she? She really is like one of my biggest fans. I love my baby so much. So for this DIY, you're going to need some wooden dowels, and then I believe I got these from Walmart. You can use some from Dollar Tree or like their barbecue skewers, whatever. And then 2 white boas. So we're kind of going to be creating like a winter wonderland pampas grass, if you will. I've seen people create pampas grass out of Dollar Tree items. Justin Ray did an awesome one, and I believe Create with Kayla did an awesome one. So if you want to see how to make like real looking pampas grass, totally check them out. But I'm just taking mine and I'm kind of cutting off the ends of the ropes because I don't want that part. And then I take my wooden dowels and I kind of just start measuring it out to see how I want it. Now I know I want 2 longer and 2 shorter. So that's kind of what I was going for. So then once I marked on the dowel where I knew I wanted it, I did one with the long one and then one with the shorter one just to kind of play around and see how did I want it to hang, how did I want it to look, and then I marked it, lined all my dowels up, and made one straight line down all of them so I knew exactly where to start. Then this is pretty self-explanatory. Make a line of hot glue, take the end of your boa and just make sure you start there. You don't want to wrap it tight around the top. So when you go onto the other side, you want to make sure that end of the other side of the boa lines up with where you started that. That way you have some at the top that's kind of hanging over. So y'all want to hear something interesting? Well, it's not interesting. It's kind of cool and awesome. My sister is about to get married. Her wedding is a month away. Super exciting. And she actually chopped down a ton of pampas grass. So I definitely plan on bringing some back with me. So I can't wait to show you guys how it looks and maybe I can make something to put it in. So did you guys see what I did there? I kind of just went over the top. I didn't even hot glue it. Went over the top and lined up the other side with both sides so they're symmetrical, and then I have some hang. Set that to the side and do the same thing for the other 3. So I don't know if this really served a purpose. I got this from Dollar Tree and I thought it would be cool to kind of spray these, but it didn't stick really well. So maybe like some spray adhesive and then just some glitter would be really cool. You can kind of see a little bit of shine. I'm like dusting my paper so I can get all the glitter on. But I don't know. I thought this was my idea, and it didn't really stick as much as I wanted it to. And then it started kind of tightening up I guess the boa, so it wasn't so fluffy. So I stopped spraying it and kind of just rubbed it all in to get as much as I could. But this is it, you guys. I stuck a little pick of pine cones that I got from Michael's, and I think this is super pretty. I totally gives me Boho Farmhouse vibes. So for this next one, you're gonna need any kind of bucket. I took a baseball bat to this. No, I'm totally kidding, you guys. My son got a hold of this and it has been in my backyard for probably about 3 months. And I'm taking some burlap. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot speak today. Some burlap ribbon from Walmart, and I'm just wrapping it around to cover up where it says flowers and gardens. Super simple. Did you see that, you guys? He grabbed more scissors. Should I be scared? I'm just kidding. He's a sweetheart. But so yeah, just wrap it around and secure it on the back with hot glue. Don't worry if it looks bad. No one's gonna see the back. So yeah, that's pretty simple. So then I'm just taking some burlap ribbon. I got this from Walmart this year. Some of the Christmas stuff is already out at my Walmart. And it was $3.98 and it comes with a lot. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then I'm just doing the same thing, you guys. Super simple, just giving it a little bit more color, dimension. And this turns out really super cute. And then I'm taking my Wax Waverly chalk paint and I'm just going on the edges to make it look like an old rusted, beat up can, since it's already beat up. But don't worry, checked in at the DIY hospital and it's gonna check out fabulous. Then I felt like it was still missing something, so I'm taking that same burlap and I just double it over pretty small, and because I don't want this bow to be too big. And I usually take the wire out of my bows unless I need it to hold some kind of form, just because I feel like the bow doesn't crunch as tight. I don't know, personal preference. And then I felt like it was still too big, so I just go through and cut off the sides and make it just a tad bit smaller. And then same thing, double it over, grab a little thing of jute, put it in the middle and tie it tight. This is one of the times that I don't do my X bows. I just felt like it needed a simple bow on the front, nothing too much, because what's going inside of it is like the main piece. So I just wanted a cute little bow on the front, cut it out, set that to the side. Then I got these tags from Dollar General. I got these back, and I want to say like March. It was when I broke my fingers and had like stitches. So it was in my bag because I was at my mom's to bring home, and I had to cut the Band-Aids apart to get like the squishy part. So I promise they're clean. They're not dirty Band-Aids. Then I'm just taking my Waverly chalk paint and I'm just going through and just making this tag look old and rusted. You can get some from, not rusted because it's not metal, Savannah. Jeez. You guys get what you get it. Okay, anywho. Then I'm taking my black furniture scratch marker and I'm writing snowballs 5 cents. And then I'm taking some jute and putting it inside that little hole and making a cute little tag. So then I glue my bow right in the middle of that burlap. And oh my God, you guys, help me. Someone help me. And on top of that buffalo check ribbon. And then I'm taking my tag and I put it on the inside so it's kind of hanging out. And then just to secure it so it's not hanging over the bow, I put a little bit of hot glue right behind it to hold it up into place. I'm just taking some of that polyfill that I use to stuff my pillows. You can get that at Walmart. And I'm putting it in the bottom to kind of make it look like snow. And then I got 2 packs of these round foam balls from the Dollar Tree. And these are going to be our snowballs. And then you just start setting them in there. There's no perfectly way to do it. Just set them in there. And then I decided to take some greenery and add that to it. And then I added some pine cones at the end just to give it a little more color and dimension. How cute is this, you guys? I feel like this just screams farmhouse, and you can honestly leave it out for winter too, like after Christmas. I just love how this turned out. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, hope you stick around, and I will see you guys next time.